Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we are doing the DAZN preview for the Saturday, May 6th pay-per-view card that is headlined by Canelo Alvarez versus John Ryder for the Undisputed Super Middleweight Championship of the world. Before we get into that, if you guys could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I try to build my channel up. And if you guys don't like what I'm doing, you guys can give me a thumbs down, leave me a comment letting me know why, and that's it. So we're pretty much talking about the main event. The undercard is really not much to speak of. You got Steve Spark fighting on the undercard, staying busy after he upset what's his name, Montana Love last year. That's really Julio Cesar Martinez, a flyweight champion, is defending his title, staying busy. One fight on the undercard to keep your eye on that I don't know if it's going to be shown on the actual card itself, but Alexander Votsick, former light heavyweight champion of the world, was retired for a few years there after he had lost a unification bout to Artur Beterbiev. And he gave Beterbiev the toughest fight of his career prior to Beterbiev's recent defense against Anthony Yard. He was beating Beterbiev on the cards before Beterbiev stopped him, I believe in the 10th round, to unify belts. This was around the time when Beterbiev really made his splash as you know, towards the top of the division. It was 2019 because it was, I believe it was a month or so before Canelo knocked out Sergey Kovalev to capture the WBO light heavyweight title. So Votsick after that retired, and then had recently decided to return to the ring. And the guy was a very good fighter. I believe he was a silver medalist. They called him the Nail. I think he's a 2012 Olympic silver medalist. Very talented. He's taken on Richard Balakins. Not a big name light heavyweight or cruiserweight. I can't remember which one he is, but a guy that's been in the ring with some people. And I'm interested because I was a big fan of Votsick. He's out of the Ukraine. He's part of the Lomachenko class and Usyk class. He was that big three between Usyk, Lomachenko, and Votsick. They were the big three coming out of Ukraine all at the same time. And he's talented, he's a good boxer, and I'm hoping he can make a splash at 175 and really throw his name into the hat within the next year. So check him out if he's fighting on the televised part of the card. But really, let's get to the main event. Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, makes his next defense of all four belts against former world title challenger and current WBO interim champion and mandatory contender John Ryder of the United Kingdom. Canelo's coming home. It's his first time fighting in Mexico in years, and now he just wanted somewhat of a tune-up bout prior to a potential rematch with Dimitri Bivol in September. John Ryder, though, in my opinion, is not a tune-up guy. Is Canelo a heavy favorite? Yes. Should he win? Yes. But John Ryder is not a guy to sleep on. He's not a pushover at all. You know, I said this in my breakdown video. You guys can go back and watch that video that I did, I think, a week or two ago. It's the Canelo versus Ryder breakdown. You can see, you know, that if you really look at John Ryder's resume, he's much better than he's being given credit for. You know, John Ryder came out of nowhere. He was a guy that had fought and lost to Billy Joe Saunders years ago. And in 2018, I think it was 2018 or 2019, it was 2019, he got a crack at Callum Smith for the WBA super middleweight title when Callum Smith was a #1 fighter at 168. He had won the World Boxing Super Series tournament, knocking out the previous #1 George Groves, and he was the reigning champ, and he went in there and damn near almost beat Callum Smith and really lost a controversial decision to Callum Smith, as Smith retained the title. But John Ryder, known as the Gorilla, ever since then, he was pretty much avoided until last year in 2021, or 2022, I'm sorry, when he got a crack against Daniel Jacobs. He came in the underdog in that fight, and he went after Jacobs. Jacobs was out boxing and outworking him the first half of the fight, but he closed the gap in the second half, really put it on, and really closed the show strong, and came back with a split decision victory over Jacobs and upset, as he again made himself known as a top tier super middleweight. No matter how you slice it, the guy is ranked in the top 3 or 4 right now. And he defeated Zach Parker by a 5th round TKO back in November, when Parker could not continue because of an injury suffered. And as that caused him to capture the WBO interim super middleweight title. And ever since then, he's been mentioned as the possible front runner. But people are looking at him like a complete joke, and they shouldn't. He's been there, he's earned this fight, and you look at his resume, the great performance he had in defeat against Callum Smith, and the victory over Daniel Jacobs, and I'm sorry, compare that to David Benavidez before Benavidez beat Plant. And John Ryder, you can argue, has a better resume than even Caleb Plant. And that's not, that's not a joke. That was his performance against Callum Smith that a lot of people thought he won, came a year prior to Canelo dominating Callum Smith. So John Ryder absolutely has earned this shot and earned this position, and he's in that mix of fighters that people say that are on the same level, like Benavidez, like Jamal Charlo. Just because those guys got bigger names doesn't mean their resume is deserving of a Canelo fight. Jamal Charlo's absolutely is not. But because he has a name, people will argue Charlo or Andrade over Ryder, and I'm sorry. Andrade hasn't beaten anybody, any legitimate, or lost to, or been in the ring with any legitimate super middleweights, or damn near middleweights. So, I don't want to hear about opportunities either. You either beat certain fighters or give the best a good fight to earn a shot, or you don't. And John Ryder has earned this opportunity, and I'm glad he's getting an opportunity like this. And Canelo is still a favorite. I'm picking Canelo to win this fight. I think he's going to wear down John Ryder and knock him out, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ryder goes the distance, and it would surprise me if Ryder beats Canelo, but Canelo's one of the best in the world, and I think he's still the best at 168. So gonna be interesting. Saturday, May 6th, this Saturday, May 6th, DAZN pay-per-view, Canelo versus Ryder for the undisputed super middleweight title. I'm picking Canelo to win this fight by stoppage in the middle of the later rounds, as he will retain his undisputed super middleweight title. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.